Mbalula gives his blessing to new Bok coach and former President Mandela to return to Houghton. With the news this hour, I'm Ayanda Kunene. Sports Minister Fikile Mbalula has given his backing to new Springbok coach Heineke Meyer. Mbalula was speaking at the funeral of the younger sister of Kaizer Chiefs soccer star Jimmy Tau in Kimberley today. Meyer's appointment was announced yesterday. Minister Mbalula referred to Meyer's record leading the Pretoria-based Blue Bulls to 4 successive Currie Cup titles and the Bulls to a Super Rugby title.
It is not a person, whether black or white, at the helm of coaching that defines that. You can put a black person, an Indian, to be a coach, but if you don't have a material to select from for transformation purpose and a representative squad, it is not the color of skin that's going to define that. As a coach, his track record speaks for itself, and I don't think that any right-thinking South African could be opposed to such a person.
In his funeral speech for Thulisile, Mbalula said young girls need to be empowered in order to be able to stand up for themselves. Thulisile, aged 17, allegedly overdosed on pills and was admitted to the Kimberley Hospital where she died last weekend. Former President Nelson Mandela will fly back to his Houghton home in Johannesburg tomorrow. The presidency says this is because there are some renovations being done at Madiba's house in Qunu in the Eastern Cape. Madiba moved to Qunu last year after a health scare. An SANDF helicopter will land at his home this afternoon and fly him to Johannesburg tomorrow. Speaking to the SABC on the sidelines of the AU summit underway in Ethiopia, presidential aide Mak Maharaj gave the assurance about Madiba's health.
Former President Mandela is in good health, and we want to assure the public of that. And lastly, we would like to appeal to everybody, especially the media, to respect his privacy and the privacy of his family.
The health department says there is currently no vaccine for the hand, foot and mouth disease, which broke out at the Hugs and Kisses Edu Care Center in Sunninghill, north of Johannesburg. A number of children have been confirmed to have contracted this viral infection since schools reopened. Head of Communicable Diseases at the Department of Health, Fru Benson, says while there is no specific treatment for the disease, the spread of infection can be minimized by taking extra precautions around infected children.
It's also caused by a virus or enteroviruses, mainly affects children, but it can affect adolescents as well. But you do get outbreaks amongst children. There has been around the world some complications that did occur. The major complications to look out is meningitis that it can cause, but it's obviously not a severe form of meningitis.
Ethiopian Prime Minister Meles Zenawi says Africa should brace itself for economic growth challenges as a result of the global economic crisis. He was addressing the 26th NEPAD Orientation Committee meeting in Addis Ababa this afternoon. The meeting was called to review Africa's partnerships engagements with the G8 and G20. Zenawi says as the economic blueprint for the continent, NEPAD should help cushion African countries from the global recession.
In the coming years, the challenge of growth will be more difficult due to the difficulties of attaining a robust recovery from the global financial and economic crisis. Africa must be prepared to withstand the negative consequences of this crisis and achieve even higher growth rates than the previous decade. And NEPAD should make its own contribution to this, as it is a unique development platform of the continent.